Good evening and welcome to the Wellsboro Gymnasium where the Wellsboro Lady Hornets are hosting the North Penn-Liberty Mounties. We are getting ready here for JV action in just a few moments as the referee, Julie Stickland, is telling the lines persons how to do the lines and what the actual format is and calling things in and out and if there's a touch and so on. So in just short order, we will get to action here as we are having homecoming week here at Wellsboro High School, and it has been a fun-filled week. As stated earlier in the year, you will see that the ladies have said good luck through the net instead of coming to the net and shaking hands per the COVID protocols that are still in place here in the gymnasium. Additionally, in between sets, you will not see the teams changing sides. They will maintain the same side, and that is also why the seating for the players is staggered, trying to maintain the 3-foot distance between players. As we get to game action here, North Penn-Liberty has the first serve with number 20 libero Riley Smith. She has a short serve that Natalie Cleveland has a slight problem handling. It is an early point for, North Penn-Liberty. And I do apologize. I'm going to say this wrong all evening. Old habits die hard, but I'm glad to see these teams celebrating their 50th year here today. Cleveland handles the serve that time. Ball is set up and handled over by number 22. Middle hit by number 3 from North Penn-Liberty. Free ball over by Wellsboro. Hit by number 4, but dug by Chilson. Arm set by number 4. Tip at the net by Paige Logsden. Number 22 pulling in the opponent. So it is a net play. Wellsboro's ball. Back to serve is Meredith Brownlee. Brownlee serve floats short. Set up by number 12. Tip over by number 3. It is dug by number 4, Emma Davis. Floor spike attempt by Davis goes into the net. Back to serve is number 11, Addison Whiteman. Cleveland presses up the ball. It is an attempted roll shot by number 9, Olivia Chilson, and it hits into the net. Short serve this time doesn't quite reach the net. Wellsboro's ball. Logsden backs to serve. Her serve. Top spin straight down the line, handled by number 7. Tipped over but dug up by Brownlee. Set goes over the net. Number 3 is ready. Davis passes it up. Tipped down the line by Chilson, goes just wide. Number 3 back to serve, a deep ball as Brownlee tries to handle it. It's just off her fingertips and goes out. There's brief communication there as she says, I don't know if it was quite in or out. Help me out, guys. Sometimes it's what you got to do is help each other out. Ella Swingle back to serve. Top spin, Cleveland handles it. Davis sets to the middle, Chilson hits it straight into the net this time. You'll note that some of the ladies are wearing pink in their hair. I don't know if I see pink on their socks, but it's leftover for Dig Pink for the week. And Wellsboro is called for out of rotation. And in that, they just called Davis for being out of order. Top spin to Cleveland, passed up. She sets it to Urena, who pushes it over. Set up and off the tip hands there of number 24, Maya Lockett. Tipped again by Chilson. Lockett attempts to go up. It's out of her reach, but Cleveland covers. North Penn-Liberty scrambles. It is set up to the middle. Hit by Lockett. Overpass is struck by Urena, dug by North Penn-Liberty. Dug by Davis. Cleveland sets the ball to Chilson, who tips it over, but number 11's waiting. Middle hit. Brownlee sets up the ball. Davis calls for the ball. Everybody clears out. Lockett free ball. Dug by North Penn-Liberty. Middle hit again. Dug by Cleveland. This time, fingertip hit that is going to the overpass by North Penn-Liberty, resulting after a very long volley for a point for Wellsboro. Much needed point here for Wellsboro this evening. Coming into the game is number 23, Bree Rathbun, excuse me. Urena's serve goes deep, booming down the line, handled by number 20, the libero. Outside hit by number 4 finds the net, and that was Barrett. Urena's serve again goes deep. Number 20 handles it again. Push shot this time. Cleveland handles it. Urena sets outside to Chilson, who hits it over. North Penn-Liberty handles it. Dug by Urena, who is the setter, so she calls for help. Free balled over by Lockett. Tipped over by number 12. Urena digs it up again. Rathbun helps. A roll shot by Lockett pulls the opponent into the net, and a net call, I believe, on number 4 as Barrett goes up to try to get the tip, and she was just a bit short of it and swiped the net accidentally. Another deep roll shot to number 20, Riley Smith. Outside hit there by number 4. Wellsboro sets it up. Chilson hits a little deep down the line and finds the floor. Urena serve again, a top spinning serve. Backs row set up to number 20, who handles it. Brownlee passes it up, set up by Wellsboro, and it just catches the back line per the lines person and the up official of Julie Stickland. This time we're going to see Riley Smith setting up the ball again as the set is outside, and ultimately it is just a little bit long. Urena continues her service run. Passed high by number 20, Smith. Attempted save out of the net by number 7, and she can't quite get it to go over the net, but it was a nice attempt by Tice. Wellsboro continues to take the lead and grow the margin. Urena, another top spinning serve, handled by 20, passed by number 11. Ball is tipped just over the hands of our front row, and Urena attempts to dig it up, but it catches the floor and hits her on the chin. North Penn-Liberty takes back over with the score of Wellsboro 9, North Penn-Liberty. Ooh, nice jump serve. Goes just a bit long, though. Nice to see them trying some stuff here on the JV level. That's how you get better, is you're going to be aggressive. Sometimes you're going to make an error, but that's nice to see the aggressiveness here from younger players. Olivia Chilson's serve goes cross court to number 12. Human. North Penn-Liberty sets it up. Wellsboro digs it. It is free balled over by Rathbun, handled by number 3. Set out to the middle to number 7, and it hits the back line. Human serve. Passed by Brownlee. Set right back up to Brownlee, who does a beautiful approach, but it's handled by North Penn-Liberty. Net play there. Lockett has an attempt over. Now it's going to be free balled over, and this time it finds the floor. I want to give a shout out to our junior high squad that's in the house this evening cheering on our Wellsboro ladies. Lockett serve. Deep down the cross-court line, just out of the reach of the scurrying North Penn-Liberty players. And it is point to Wellsboro. Lockett serves the opposite corner this time. A little miscommunication and serve-receive results in another point for Wellsboro. Lockett's top spin. This time she goes short, moving that back row around. Chilson passes it to Urena, who sets it up sweetly to Brownlee, who puts it down, but dug by North Penn-Liberty. Communication there in the front row, but a ball handling error by number 11, Waitman, and North Penn-Liberty is going to take a timeout here as they try to get themselves set. Little settled down as the margin has grown here during this first set. I am on my own this evening, so every so often when we have a break, I'm probably not just going to chatter away during the middle because we've got the varsity game to come. And I know last time when I did back-to-back games, got a little rough by the end of the night. So Lockett's top spin serve to the right back. Set up and handled. Lockett attempts to dig it, but it goes a little bit too direct on a very, very fast hit. And so it becomes North Penn-Liberty's ball. A deep serve. Cleveland decides at the last second to take it. It is usable. Paige Logston waits patiently for that high set, and wow, does she bring it. Bree Rathbun back to serve. She has a short serve to the middle. Logston's waiting for that tip over by number 12. Human, and she handles it easily, point to Wellsboro. Rathbun's top serving, overhand serve, nice looking. Set up and played over. Rathbun is setting as she came in for the setter, and Wellsboro is playing the 6-2. Not bad to have your tall ladies know how to set. It's always an asset in this game. Another high but short serve for Rathbun results in a point. She's moving them around there in that back row, and it's proving effective. This time she goes the opposite direction. It's an overpass. Urena waits, and then Urena's waiting. Oh, they called her just into the net at the last moment. So they called Urena into the net. She looks a little confused. Coming back into the game here is Emma Davis for Rathbun. Back to serve for North Penn-Liberty is Riley Smith. Low, hard serve. Wellsboro takes it over quickly. It is set up. Number 3 attempts to tip, not realizing she's a little further off the net than she recognized. And so Wellsboro's point. Brownlee's back to serve. Goes cross court. A little bit of a serve-receive issue there on Addison Waitman. And so they talk it out there in the middle, and she makes an adjustment. Brownlee, oh my goodness, just out. That was a floating serve. No spin on that ball whatsoever. At the last moment, it lifted up. So good call by North Penn-Liberty to let that go. Addison Waitman back, top spinning, which makes the ball die just as it crosses the net. Attempt by Wellsboro is into the net. Point to North Penn-Liberty. High arching serve this time. Cleveland handles it. Set up by Davis. Free balled over by Chilson. Waitman finds herself a little out of position, and the ball does not go where she wanted it to. Waitman's the setter here, and I think she was trying to release. The North Penn-Liberty's playing a 6-2 as well. That means your setter's coming out of the back row. Logsdon serve. Down the line, set up to number 3. It is hit out of the middle, just a bit wide. Logsdon serve this time off number 20. Brought back into the court by number 11. Free balled over by number 3. Logsdon handles it. Davis sets up the middle. Lockett goes up to hit it. Nice hustle by North Penn-Liberty. It is a good ball. Logsdon's back deep. Brownlee goes back to help her. Free ball by Urena. See if North Penn-Liberty sets this up here. It looks like it's good. Number 3 hits right down. Dug by Brownlee. Attempted tip by Urena. Results in the net. Long rally taken by North Penn-Liberty this time. Nice volley. I like those long ones that they actually play hard, good volleyball. Serve handled by Urena. Davis calls it nice and loud. Brownlee goes to take it deep, but goes a little bit behind her, and it's out of bounds. Number 3 for North Penn-Liberty serves the ball. Davis tries to attempt to take that. It is handled over. Set up here now by nice. Oh, man. That was free balled over by Wellsboro. North Penn-Liberty used that free ball the way you need to see it, and it set up a perfect play, which was well hit there by number 7. Very nice play. Urena takes that service. Davis's set is off the net. Urena pushes it deep. Set up by number 11 here for North Penn-Liberty. Roll shot by Lockett. Push deep by number 11. Cleveland's ready. Davis goes behind her to Urena. Set up by North Penn-Liberty to the middle hitter, number 7, who goes down. Cleveland digs it. Urena helps with the tip over. It is set up, and the hustle after by Lockett's just out of her reach. Another point as North Penn-Liberty is chipping away here at this deficit. Serve to Urena. Davis calls the ball. Everybody steps back and let her take it. Short free ball by Urena. She handles the overpass. Chilson's attempt to hit it over the net hits outside the antenna and doesn't clear the net. Timeout this time by Coach Zahusky. Score is now 22-18 as North Penn-Liberty has chipped away at this lead, narrowing the margin to 4. Remember that on every play there is a point, whether it is an error or whether the ball is executed properly. Gone are the days of the 15-point game. You must win by 2 points, no cap on this. So if we should see this get tied up, we could see this going to longer than 25 points. Third game is on JV. It's best of 3. Third game goes to 15. Varsity slightly different. Theirs is the best of 5 set. Swingle serve, this time deep. Urena handles it. Davis is right there ready. Set results in a free ball by Chilson that goes a little bit long there. This time a lower serve. Urena handles it. Davis is ready. Free ball to Urena. Handled by number 3. Set to the middle. Number 7 down the line, but Cleveland's ready. Lockett knows there's a problem, tries to take it over, but has the wrong angle, and she can't play it twice, even though there was one more hit to be had. Urena handles that serve. Another free ball. It is set up here by North Penn-Liberty. Free ball down the line. Davis goes after it. And it is a point, narrowing that margin now to 1. There's a little powwow there in the middle as Chilson is trying to get everyone to settle. Urena handles that nice and high. Outside set, Urena passes it over. Number 3 sets it to the setter. I should say passes it to the setter. Set up to number 7 in the middle, but it doesn't make the net this time. Rathbun is coming back in. I think she's early. Oh, nope, she's not. Brownlee came to the front too soon. Urena serve down the line. Outside to number 4, who has an incredible hit that just goes through the seam of the block. Point to Liberty. North Penn-Liberty. Top spin serve. Cleveland's ready. Urena sets it outside to Rathbun, who goes down. Number 4 off her hands. Free balled up by 23. Passed over by number, I think that's 11. Wellsboro sets it up. Lockett hits it to the corner. Lockett's ready for the dig with the block. Excuse me. And she's able to one-hand block it back, and North Penn-Liberty was not ready. The Mounties. I guess I better remember what they are. The Mounties. Not as much of a mouthful. Chilson's back to serve for the set. Spinning ball goes down the line, lands on the line, ending the first set in favor of Wellsboro with the score of 25-22. Now in between each set, you have a 3-minute timeout, so to speak, so that gives coaches the time to submit their lineups as well as to go over some changes or some directives from the coaching staff here. This is a slightly larger than normal JV crowd here this evening. But part of the fun of this is a long-time rivalry. A few years ago, you had, when all of the volleyball started in 1971, you had 4 teams that started out, and Coach McKnight helped start the program here at Wellsboro. And in doing so, you saw that there were 4 league teams that first year, and Mansfield was one of them. Now, since that time, Southern Tioga has unified their sports programs as well as their school system. So you have now North Penn Mansfield and North Penn Liberty, and they divided the sports between the schools. So what we have before us here is the combined effort of former North Penn students, but they go to elementary school in North Penn. The high school is no longer in existence, so they attend either Mansfield or Liberty. But volleyball is hosted by the Liberty School District, and so therefore they are identified as North Penn Liberty. In my head, I still think of them as the Mansfield rivalry, as this is what it is, as you have students from Mansfield, North Penn, and Liberty. But I had the fortune of being able to coach a junior high team that first year for Southern Tioga when they unified the schools. And It was a very good group of students. I got the opportunity, athletes I got to work with, and I still think of those ladies frequently, as the dynamic was to come together, and by the end of the year, you could see that these programs were going to be good. For Wellsboro, again, Coach McKnight got this program started in 1971, and they are celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. And it's nice to see that this is still a strong program with a variety of ladies who love to play this game. Over the years, we've seen the sport ebb and flow. At one point in time, because men's volleyball wasn't hosted in our area, we even had boys who would occasionally play on various league teams. However, since that time, PIAA has made some changes that say the boys, because of net regulations and such, cannot play on a girls' team for safety factors. So now you will only see ladies volleyball, which is why we can actually call it ladies volleyball. If there was a men's team, that happens in the spring. I had a few of the gentlemen in the school ask about it. Wellsboro's get to serve first this time. Urena serves right to the middle. The Mounties handle it to Cleveland. Cleveland sets it up, passes it over. Wellsboro results in a little bit of miscommunication by the Mounties, and point to Wellsboro. Urena serve goes deep, back middle, 19. Attempted free ball is assisted by number 3. Nice job of walking the line so she didn't go in. Chilson goes cross court. It's a little bit wide there. Into the game for Mounties would be number 20, Riley Smith. Her serve goes cross court to Urena. Davis sets that up. Roll shot by Brownlee. Overpass by Mounties results in a point to Wellsboro. Logston's serve goes short, cross court, diving save by number 20, free balled over by the Mounties. Chilson attempts to hit that over. It probably was going to be called a carry as her power tip got a little too deep in her hand. Coming in for the Mounties is number 22 for number 19. So we see coming out is Bailey Kornig, and coming in is Olivia Smith. Deep top serve down to number 17, who passes it up to Davis, is pushed back over by number 17, Ari Lawton. Hit down the middle, dug by Lawton. Back set to Davis, pushed over by Brownlee, dug by number 20, set up by number 11, free ball 3. Dug again by Lawton, another back set, cross court hit by Brownlee. A free ball miscommunication between the setter and the weak side hitter. Lawton's hit goes over, and number 3, Swingle, was ready for that. As the middle hitter, you always like it when there's an overpass like that because the ball is always in that sweet spot, and she was ready. You could see her excitement on that one. It was a nice hit. Waitensman's serve goes, oh my goodness, over. And then the serve going over, there was probably a carry by Chilson, and they let it go. Bree Rathbun coming in as Brownlee goes back to serve. Low, hard driving serve handled by the Mounties. The attempted free ball doesn't make the net, and it is Wellsboro's point. Meredith, another low serve. Attempted handle there by number 20, a little tight to the net. I don't know if you can catch the movement she's got on her serve. This is a very low, straight driving serve that she is using right now. I had the opportunity to actually get to talk to her this week, as I don't normally get to see the sophomores. I see the freshmen. And through homecoming activities, I had the opportunity to meet her this week. Very nice, lovely young lady. Set up here and passed over by number 3 for the Mounties. Brownlee's ready. A little miscommunication as Urena and Rathbun attempt to take it over. A flurry here. Back over to Wellsboro. Attempted hit by number 9 is going to be nullified by number 22 being in the net by the Mounties. And so, point to Wellsboro. A deep driving serve this time again to the libero. Free balled over by the Mounties. Dug by Lawton. Outside set by Urena. Chilson gets a point on that. That was a little long, but I'm not on the line. And I don't have my glasses on. Brownlee's serve is overpassed by the Mounties. Set back out to Chilson. This time, number 22 is ready, and she gets the block as Chilson tries to tip down the line, and they are ready for it. Into the game for Wellsboro. For Brownlee, it's going to be Megan Robbins, whom it appears she's going to be setting. So there's a shift in serve receive. And as they shift, Rathbun takes that. Going to be pushed over by Lockett, I said Lawton. And that hit just tags the line, and that is a point for North Penn-Liberty. Score is 8-5 here in set 2. Favoring Wellsboro. I think the score is shown on the top corner of your screen. Number 3, top serving there. That is beautiful, the top spin on that serve. I keep forgetting the spin. Lawton free balls that over. Number 3 passes it to the setter. Number 7 hits it over. Scurry by Rathbun, but it can't be handled by Chilson. Top spin, Urena passes it to Robbins. Middle hit is blocked by number 7. It's pushed back over. Wellsboro then tries to block, but it falls to their side. Free ball by Lawton is spun out of bounds. A top spin serve goes deep. Handled by Lockett this time. Ready is number 20. Passed outside number 11. Oops, middle. Middle hit. Dug by Urena. Set by Robbins. Hit by Lockett. Point to Wellsboro. And yes, I am behind. Got new players on the floor. I got to remember everybody's name. Chilson serves a little sideways spin, dug by number 7, Tice. Outside hit to number 4, down the line. Played off the block by Robbins. Free balled over by Rathbun. Set up by number 20, outside. Oh, nope, middle as the slide is done by number 7. You have a miscommunication. Free balled over by Wellsboro. Set up to the in between the outside and middle hitters, and it hits the floor. This is another top spin serve. Free balled over down the line. It is on the line, called by both the linesperson and Ms. Stickland. Coming into the game for Wellsboro is Rosalie Ladd, number 11. Spinning serve handled by Lawton. Free ball is going to be, left-handed hit. She's not going to free ball it. She's going to take it over. Lockett is handled. A hit by number 7. Overpass by Lawton, who handled that really hard-driven pass, or hit, excuse me. It results in a miscommunication as the front line transition. The back line is supposed to pass that, and it didn't quite happen. Back into the game for Lawton is Logsden. Maya's back to serve, and it was a beautiful serve. Number 7, dug by Lockett. Into the net by Rathbun. Coming into the game is number 19 for number 22 for the Mounties. A deep serve by Mounties, handled by Cleveland. Free balled over Wellsboro. Set up here, a roll shot that goes off the block, but Robbins just catches it hitting the line. Kornig's serve goes deep this time. A little miscommunication as Cleveland doesn't know if she should take it or not. Robbins is a little quieter than Davis was, so it is all tied up here. Rosalie Ladd takes it to the line. Looks like it's in. She attempts to pass it, but it goes just out of bounds as a result. A deep, high-arcing serve set to Urena. Urena pokes it over, passed up by number 4, set to the middle. Deep serve, or deep spike by number 7. Cleveland called that out the whole way. Coming back into the game is number 10, Brownlee, for Robbins. Back to serve is number 23, Rathbun. Rathbun serve goes number 3, who passes it to the setter. Free ball over number 7. Cleveland's ready. Rathbun sets outside. Brownlee takes it cross court. It is dug by number 4. Passed up by number 3. Free ball by number 7, just to Logsden, who hits it right back at them. They're ready. Free ball over, and it goes out of bounds. 13-12, Wellsboro. You'll see our student body over there. Theme tonight, I think, might be the prison scene. I don't know. There's a lot of orange. I think there's something like that, jailbreak or something. And, the Mounties set that up and pound it down, and it finds the floor on Wellsboro's side, tied up here. A driving serve by number 7, Tice, and Ladd. It just goes off the side of her arms. Tice serves again. Ladd passes it up. Davis calls nice and loud. Cleveland takes the free ball. It is short of the back row, so they have to move a little. Number 3 takes the approach and does an incredible cutback on that, giving a point to the Mounties. Tice's serve this time. Floats a little longer. Understand, Tice is moving Ladd around here a little bit. She'll have a real hard, low-driving top spin, and then she'll loft it this last time where it has a little more float to it. Low driving handled by Brownlee this time. Set back outside to Brownlee. She hits right between the seam of the defense and finds the floor. Coming back in for Ladd right now is Chilson. Urena serves. A short top spinning serve. Down the middle, dug by Urena, right to the setter, taken over by Davis. Free ball. Oh no, Logston knew it was coming, but she mistimed it that time, and it falls just in front of her as it crosses the plane. In her attempt to stay out of the net, she mistimed it. Mounties are up here 17-14. Back pass there to Logston, who passes it over. The Mounties set it up. Cleveland's ready. You have Logston, who tips it over. Liberty takes it right back. It is Wellsboro's ball, and Chilson tips it long. Roll shots it long, actually. Smith serve, top spin short to Chilson, who passes it perfectly to the setter. Brownlee's ready and is able to tip it right at the setter, number 11, but an attempt by number 3 to save that nearly got it back for the Mounties. That was quite impressive, too. Logston back to serve with her pink socks. Goes to the short back middle. A little off that's marked, but they free ball it over. Logston's ready. Davis back sets, but Lockett takes it as it was a slight misset. Middle hit dug by Logston. Short to the back middle. Urena takes it. Mounties are using it. It goes cross court as number 3. Swingle likes that angle where her body is actually facing the sideline, but she's cutting her arm swinging back around herself and getting that where the setter's releasing, so she's finding that hole. Back into the game for the Mounties is number 22 for number 19. Smith in for Kornick. Whiteman's serve to Brownlee, passes it up. Davis calls it. We have Lawton, who passes it over. Number 20 handles it, set by number 11. But again, number 3, Swingle, hits that same spot again. Coach Zahusky calls the timeout with a score of 15-20, with the Mounties leading this game, having come from behind, and they're holding the lead right now. It appears the North Penn-Liberty student body is over as well, and it looks like they're wearing Hawaiian attire this evening with signs to cheer their team on. And I think they've got fly swatters. I think that's what their sign says, swat the Hornets or something. This is always an enjoyable game for our student bodies. Many of these kids are actually friends off the court, so. We're back to action here. As Whiteman serves yet again. Lawton handles it right to Davis where she's at. Free ball by Brownlee down the line. Outside, middle hit, rolling shot. This time they have Davis a little deeper to take it. And a tip shot by Lockett finds the floor. Rathbun in for Davis. And, Lawton goes to set that up, pass that up, and her foot slip on her. I hope her hamstring's okay. As they have a little bit of a block fest there at the net, it rolls the top of the tape and just lands after hitting off the block on Wellsboro. Robbins is in for Brownlee. You'll see the Hornet back row shift then because they had been doing a slight modified back row with Urena setting for that rotation. Free ball by Wellsboro. Passed up by number 3 outside. Nope, middle tip. to Robbins, taking out the setter. Lockett calls it nice and loud, takes it over. You have a outside hit, goes down the line. Lawton handles it. Set. Lockett handles it to the edge, and it is off the arms of the outstretched Mounties. Score is 17-21. Still a 4-point game here. Chilson serve goes deep. Number 3 goes to handle it. Swingle at the last minute. Wasn't sure because it was moving up and down. Decides to handle it. There's communication between 3 and 20. I'm guessing they're talking about whether it was in or out. They have good communication. Another deep, non-spinning ball this time. Nice walk of the line by number 4. Cross-court hit by number 22, and it finds the deep corner wide open. Kaylee Graham back into the game as number 4, Reese Barrett's back to serve. Urena handles that. Rathbun takes the hit instantly, but it's out of bounds. That's exactly where her body was facing. Score is 23-18, Liberty. A deep top spinning serve. Chilson handles it. Free ball over, not quite over. So that's 4 hits by Wellsboro, causing Coach Sahusky to take another timeout as North Penn Liberty has set point here. I'm going to take a drink, so pardon me. For a little TV timeout. So if this goes to a third set, you'll see them do a coin toss in the middle. Serve will be the choice. Serve or receive will be the choice. And you will have no players moving sides, so that's not a choice anymore. Lawton, nice pass up. Set by Robbins to Lockett. Lockett hits it into the net, and so we are going to a third set. This third set is 15 points. Again, it is still win by 2. So you have captains from each team coming forward. The down official will then go over, what the call is and what's going on as far as COVID regulations, that they're not switching sides. So they'll make them call it in the air. And I believe the motion was that Wellsboro has the serve here. So just a little advertisement here. Tomorrow night, our homecoming parade is back. We're so excited. It kicks off at 5 o'clock, I believe. All the floats need to be up here at 4:15 to make sure they're ready for judging. And then at 5 o'clock, we will have our annual homecoming parade. Nice to have it back this year. Can't wait to see what Skills USA and our FFA group always produce 2 of the best floats and always make me sit in awe at the creativity of our students and faculty and staff here at Wellsboro. So, want to give a thank you to our crew up in the booth. They're kind of the unsung heroes, whether we are announcing or not. They're showing up each and every game so that you guys can see this. We are still looking for additional announcers in the future, and part of that is for the purposes of helping the audience at home see who is passing and what's going on, because it is hard to see numbers on the TV. I get that. I can't be here at every game, but we do thank our at-home audience for watching faithfully, whether there's an announcer or not. If you do decide you're coming out to the game this evening, although there are masks available at the door, bring your own, because unless you are seated, well, even indoors, you have to wear a mask indoors. That is state regulation and district policy. And so bring your masks and make sure that you are ready to cheer, because it's going to get loud in here for the varsity game. I actually anticipate that it's going to get loud this game, as the crowd is increasing in number every moment. Looks like Brownlee's going to be up first. We have Brownlee, I see Davis, Cleveland, Chilson, Urena, and Logston. And I'll go through the North Penn-Liberty crew here in just a moment. Free ball by the Mounties. Passed up by Cleveland, set by Davis. And that hit by Chilson goes a bit long. Our libero, the Mounties libero, number 20, is coming in the game, Riley Smith. She reminds me a lot of Danny Kohler back in the day. Low driving serve, handled by Davis. Goes out of bounds by Chilson. So I see on the floor, number 7, Tice, number 12, Humans, number 3, Swingle. Wellsboro's playing this ball. That is a scramble that ends up resulting in the free ball. It ultimately comes off the block of Logston. Urena tries to go up, but it sits in her hands, causing a carry, a lift. And number 11 there is Waitman. And number 4, tip over by Davis. Brownlee settles things down. Free ball by Logston. Passed up by number 7, set outside by number 12. Down the line, Cleveland passes it to Davis, who's off the net but pushes it over. It did float, so I think that looked kind of legal. She'd squared herself at the last minute there. Logston's serve goes to number 11. Number 12 sets to the middle 3. Tip this time instead of that corner, because they'd all pulled back as she's been hitting that corner. And she changes it up and hits the little campfire area. Score is 4-1, the Mounties. Number 11 serve short. Cleveland steps up to take it. Free ball here from Wellsboro. Pass by number 11, set by number 12, middle hit by number 3 off the touch. You have Lockett hitting out of the middle, handled by number 20, tip again by number 3. As they recognized she was hitting it again, and she recognized they'd all again pulled deep and hadn't pulled back in. Top spinning serve. Urena takes it. Davis sets the back row. It is a free ball that doesn't quite make the net, and Coach Zahuski is going to take a quick timeout here as Mounties have taken the lead of 6-1 very early here in this third set. Again, we're only going to 15, and so therefore it could every point is a little more urgent than when you're going to 25. Not that it's not urgent when it's 25. Back to action here. Number 11 serves deep. Cleveland's a little shallow this time, but she's able to use it. Brownlee helps her. Chilson's handcuffed herself as she went with the arms and realized last minute she should have gone in the hands, and it goes out of bounds. That's what we call a handcuff, where you realize, oops, my hands are stuck together, and they shouldn't be. 11 goes deep. Brownlee pass to the setter's position. Lockett hits down the line, dug by number 20. Free ball by number 4, but it was a bit outside, resulting in a Wellsboro ball. Rathbun in for Davis. Urena back to serve. A deep serve. Number 12 goes to use it. It goes just over. A little double hit there. And I mean double by both Lockett and Rathbun. Both wanted the ball, and they were both going to hit it. And so luckily neither one of them backed down. And the ball goes over, point to Wellsboro. Urena sets up the ball, or passes the ball. Mounties pass it up. Tip over, handled by Cleveland. Middle hit by Lockett. It is passed up. Number 4, dug by Cleveland. Free balled over by Lockett. Number 11 sets to the middle. Number 3 hits it. Chilson digs. Free ball over by Rathbun. Set up by the Mounties. Middle hit by number 3, dug by Cleveland. A miscommunication as Rathbun comes off the net. Urena, I believe, is the setter here. So it is 8-3 Mounties. Brownlee passes that up. There was a call of out, but I believe it might have been in. So she took it to the line, straddled the line, and played it. It is passed into the net by Rathbun. A slight shift so that Urena can set. That's why you see the back row shift. Urena still has to take the ball. It is passed by Chilson. Lockett takes it. Chilson's ready. Urena sets it. Down the line by Chilson. She's been going a little long, so it's nice to see that she took a little off this time. The noise is starting to increase here. Chilson's serve is low, driving off number 7's arms. They needed that right then. Let's see if that gives them a little bit of a boost. This one has a little backspin to her serve. Set outside by number 11, a little too far, but it is handled by Brownlee as it just comes over. Miscommunication, and it does result in a lift at the last minute. If you haven't noticed, Izzy Andreg is not here this evening. I believe she suffered an injury in the Powder Puff game yesterday. She's their normal setter, so there's been some adjustments by Wellsboro, and they've been doing a nice job of adjusting around that injury. So pass is handled. Wow. That was a really nice hit by number 7, Mackenzie Tice. They set that up from that overpass, and in doing so, you could see the momentum shift back over to the Mounties. Good. Barrett serve this time. Oh, there's the whistle to serve. It goes long, so that is a good use of a timeout as Coach the Huskies able to pull the point there. Oops. Missed call there by the referee. Logston went to the wrong side of the line. A deep serve there by Lockett. Back row set. Handled by Lockett. And Urena, nice set. Brownlee comes in with a perfect approach. But it hits into the top of the tape. Humans back to serve. Goes to Rathbun. And just a bit off her arms. Rathbun pass. This time she makes up for that last one. Urena takes it. Oh, that's a double hit by number 3 as she knew that ball was going to land in and attempts to do it, but knows that she's out of position. So Rathbun back to serve. Serve is overpass. Logston ready, dug by number 11. It is going to be pushed over by number 3. Rathbun calls it. Urena tips it over, handled by number 3. Set up, pushed down the line. Cleveland uses it. Rathbun takes it outside. Brownlee pushes it down the line. There is a flurry, and it is called a lift. It is called a lift as it went deep. Now, technically, on anything overhand, if it's hard driven, it can't be called a lift. That was not hard driven, and that's why they can call that a lift. Short serve, it goes to the outside hitter. Cleveland's ready. Rathbun sets. Logston goes down with it, and it is a point for Wellsboro. Short serve hits the bottom of the net. I think she was attempting to serve it to a specific place, and it just came off her hand wrong. So it's go time now because it is 14-9. Deep serve by Mansfield goes long. Tice by the Mounties. I'm really sorry. North Penn-Liberty. Brownlee's serve is short, floating to number 14. Number 12 sets to the middle. It is tipped and blocked by Logston, but handled by Liberty. It is up, but we find that they call number 12 in the net, so it is Wellsboro's ball. Score is 11-14. Another low floating serve that's going to result in a point as the North Penn-Liberty player has to run past the net. And that serve goes into the net, giving the game to North Penn-Liberty Mounties. Nice JV game. Again, due to COVID regulations, you'll just see them saying good luck and good game across the net. They don't clap hands at this time. So we will have a approximately 20-minute intermission here as the teams warm up for the varsity, and we will be back with you at the start of the varsity game as I gather my varsity materials and get another drink of water. So please stay tuned as tonight's game will prove to be entertaining and a great game of volleyball. And welcome to this evening's game at Wellsboro Area High School Gymnasium, where the Wellsboro Lady Hornets are playing host to the North Penn-Liberty Mounties. The North Penn-Liberty Mounties come in with a record of 8-1 this season, while Wellsboro Hornets have a record of 5-7. This match always proves to be a fun and enjoyable match, as this rivalry goes back 50 years, you guys. It is in 1971 that this women's volleyball was introduced to our area with the help of 4 coaches, 2 of whom are in the gymnasium this evening. And so we are honored that they are here. However, we are fortunate to have volleyball here for 50 years, and we're celebrating this friendly rivalry between these 2 schools. At this time, Mrs. Peggy Adams is is announcing the PIAA regulations that are needed to be read at the beginning, and the fact that while in the gymnasium, face masks must be worn at all times. So. In just a moment, we will have Olivia Chilson of our Wellsboro Lady Hornets volleyball team singing the national anthem. If you will please rise with us, remove any hats you have, and salute our flag.
Enjoy the game. Please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Olivia Chilson.
Again, another beautiful job by Olivia Chilson. Tonight's starting lineup for the visiting North Penn-Liberty Mounties.
We have number 12.
Number 12, Peyton Chappell. Number 14, Sage Lehman. Number 3, Aubrey Pegano. Number 4, Darby Stetter. Number 5, Emerald Walker. And number 8, Alexia Shear. The libero this evening will be number 10, McKenna Leitner. For the Wellsboro Lady Hornets this evening, we have number 2, Olivia Servatius, setter. Number 3, Emma Outlet, outside hitter. Number 8, Maddie Bordis, setter. Number 16, Emily Starkweather, outside hitter. Number 20, Lexi Urena, weak side attack. And number 22, Paige Logston. Libero for this evening is number 13, Bree Smith. In just a moment, we'll have this beginning of this storied rivalry. As I was explaining during the JV game, I will apologize up front. I am used to looking at these as separate teams, but I'm going to say it's been, 7 years ago, the Southern Tioga School District unified schools, and in doing so, they also unified certain sports, with volleyball no longer being held at Mansfield, North Penn, and Liberty. It's now held just at Liberty, but you have students representing each school district. So Wellsboro has first serve with Maddie Bordas back to serve. Julie Strickland is getting the getting the lineups, notifying who the speaking captains on the floor are, and the liberos are coming into the game and preparing for this game to begin. Bordas is served down the line. It is a push over. Starkweather uses it. Outside set to Owlett, who goes down the line off the tip. Handled outside by Mansfield. It is a bit long, but handled by Urena. Middle set, Paige Logston takes it deep as a free ball. Passed high by number 10, Tip. It is off the hands of Owlett, then Bordas, and finds the floor for a point to Mounties. Number 3 back to serve with a flat serve. Urena passes it high. Logston goes up, taking her right hand over her head, keeping to make sure that her hand stays firm with a spike. Point to Wellsboro. Starkweather serve this time. Goes to the short back left corner. Free ball by Mounties. Middle hit to Logston, who goes to the barrel. Back row attack by number 4, dug by Bordas. Owlett takes a free ball, sets it to Urena, who takes the free ball. Back set to number 8. Set is just off the net, so it finds its way between the net and the blockers. Sage Lehman serving now. It goes to Servatius. You have a tip over by Owlett. Outside hit by number 4. Ball doesn't cross the net. Point to Wellsboro. Grace Hines coming into the game at this time for Servatius. A different lineup this evening for the Wellsboro Hornets. So we have a cross-court serve that hits just beyond the 10-foot line, with falling in front of Sage Lehman. Point to Wellsboro. Logston serves again, going deep down the line. Number 4 handles it. She does a attempted swing hit, but number 5 gets the quick set, and you're seeing Walker with the kill. Coming in for the Mounties is number 17, Andrea Tumenelo. My apologies if I say names wrong. Tumenelo's serve. Handled by Starkweather. Free ball down the line by Owlett. Quick set to the middle, blocked by Hines. Set up by Wellsboro. A deep cross corner, and it goes just long. Tumenelo serves again. Owlett takes it. Free ball over. Handled by Stetter. But this time we have a lift by number 8, Shearer, and the ball goes to Wellsboro as Brownlee comes in for Bordas. Emma Owlett back to serve. Having come into the game, I don't know if you noticed, Wellsboro's libero with Bree Smith. Ace. That was a true ace as that ball literally just dove after it crossed the plane, hitting off the floor. The Mounties have a slightly deep serve, three-man serve receive. This time, you're going to see Owlett serve go deeper. Free ball by the Mounties. Setter's out, so she calls for help. Urena helps, a floor spike by Brownlee. Back row attempt here, but it's going to be free ball. Smith handles it, outside set. An incredible approach by Brownlee. Dug there by Smith, tipped over by, I don't know who tipped it over. I'll be honest, there was a flurry of bodies, and my table is just left of the net, so Wellsboro's point. Owlett's serve is handled by Mounties. It goes off the block and finds the floor when number 12, Peyton Chappell, swings, and it finds its way in. Coming in for the Mounties is number 7, Megan Spahn. And Megan is, I believe, a setter here. I think I saw her earlier setting. She has really nice hands. But her serve doesn't make it over the net. Lexi Urena is going back to serve. Urena's serve to 17, set to the middle, a quick tip. It is hit back over by, off the block of Grace Hines. Dug and a hustle play by Wellsboro, but the ball finds its floor. So around we go. Darby Stetter's serve this time. Goes straight down the line. Starkweather's ready. Owlett goes to serve, gets to the middle. You see a shuffle here by the players. Off the blocks. Stetter dives after that. Beautiful save. Free ball by number 12. You have Bree Smith who gets the ball, sets it up. Brownlee pushes it over. Set tight to the net. Tip coming. Played off the net. Deep down the line by Brownlee. Middle hit push. Urena handles it. Owlett with a really sweet set to Starkweather, who uses it, and it's off the outstretched arms of Stetter. Servatius coming back into the game for Hines. Our lefty serves there to number 14, pulled back in by number 7. High tip shots. Starkweather's ready. It goes to the middle. Logston wasn't quite ready for it, so she does a slow approach and a tip just over the block, which results in a point. Servatius serves deeper this time. It is set outside to 14, off the block. Logston pushes it right back over. Deep hit by number 7, set up by Wellsboro. Starkweather goes to the middle back, but it's just long with no touch off the block. Coming back into the game is number 5, Emerald Walker, for number 17, Andrea Taminillo. Chappell serves to Urena. Owlett sets, go high outside to Brownlee. She's hitting on the way down, and it goes a little long on her as a result. A low driving serve to Servatius. Wellsboro free balls it as they switch their locations. Pass to the spot. Back row attempt by Stetter. Played by Servatius. Outside hit by Starkweather, but blocked this time by number 5, Walker. Score is all tied up here in the gymnasium. Pass up there by Urena. Set to Logston, who uses it by hitting it down over the block. Point to Wellsboro. Out of the game comes Brownlee. Back in comes Bordis. Bortis serves to the back middle. It is pushed over by number 14, handled by Emma Owlett. Bortis sets to the middle. Logston, who again, knowing she's off the net, takes a little power off and hits it just in front of the 10-foot line, but over the middle block. A deep serve this time. A little miscommunication there by North Penn-Liberty. Wellsboro uses it, outside hit. And oh man, they yell go, and it was still live, but it hits the floor. Nice hit by Owlett that time. Bortis again serves down the line. There is a tip over by number 7, dug by Servatius. Outside hit by Owlett, who goes down the line, taking out the setter. It is tight to the net. Logston's ready, and it goes off the outstretched arms of number 14, Sage Lehman. Wellsboro expands their lead 13-9. A deep twisting serve to number 10. 7 passes it to the outside. It goes up. Starkweather comes down, plays it again. It goes just off the fist, out of bounds. Now remember, it can go off the touch of the block. It does not count as long as you are not swinging on that block. And therefore, they can play it back to back. It's the only time you can play that double hit. Number 3 serves the ball to Urena. Bortis sets to the middle. Logston's off the net, not realizing she's as far off as she is. It hits the net, back point to the Mounties. Pagano's serve goes deep. It has a little backspin this time. Urena handles it a little better. Outside, holy cow, crushing hit, cross court by Emma Owlett. That was just perfectly timed. She went right around that block. Had she gone deep corner, it would have been blocked. She saw the block and went hard cut. That was sweet. Starkweather's serve goes to the middle back Stetter. Outside set to number 8, I think it is. Can't be handled by Wellsboro. And we swing around again. This is why I love this rivalry here. The kids are here into it, both teams, and you also have both teams always bring their A game. It's a great sport. Deep serve this time by number 14, leading to another Wellsboro point. Grace Hines coming in for Servatius. Logston's serve goes down quickly. It is set up to a free ball for the back row. Starkweather's ready. Wellsboro sets it outside by Bortis, and it goes off the high hands of the block and finds the floor. Owlett gets a kill on that. And we're going to see North Penn-Liberty takes the time out with the score of 16-12. As I said, this is a great storied history for both teams. I had the opportunity to talk briefly here in between matches this evening with Coach McKnight, who is in the gym. We also have Coach Harmon over there with the junior high crew, as the junior high coaches are actually serving as game managers here tonight. But you also have former Coach Hoover over against the wall and myself. Plus, we have a couple of former coaches from Mansfield and from Liberty. So it is great to see that we continue to follow this beloved rivalry with these two teams. Again, this is always my favorite game of the year. It never disappoints. Back to game action. Logston serves the way deep. So that is a good use of a timeout by the Mounties. Coming back into the game, because we're moving right around here, is number 17 for number 5, Andrea Tuminello. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Tuminello served low, driving. Starkweather's ready. Oh, dear. We have a miscommunication by Urena and Bortis, because Urena thought it was too close. She apologizes to Bortis. They chuckle it off and point to Mounties. That one has top spin to it. Smith handles it no problem. A tip down the line, but ready is number 14. Outside hit to Stetter. It goes and hits just on the backside of that line. Point to the Mounties. Narrowed the margin to 1. This is a fast-moving game, and it's easy to see things move. Smith passes nice and high to Bordas. Free ball to Emma, who goes down the line. Number 3 sets outside to Stetter. Stetter's approach hits it just into the bottom of the net. Brownlee's in for Bordas. Outlet back to serve. Top spin goes 14, handles it. 8 sets it up. Dig by Bree Smith, but it was hit so hard it went right back over. This time she passes up number 4's, and on the hard cross court, it falls just short. Back in is number 7, Megan Spahn, for number 8, Alexia Shearer. A low driving serve. Outlet sets to the middle. Hines handles it. Goes deep middle back. 17 passes it up. 4. Stetter hits out, but Smith is there to dig it. Arm set to number 10, Brownlee. Brownlee free balls it. You have this attempt here by Mounties, but the set is so close it pulls number 12 into the net, Peyton Chappell. Wellsboro was patient on that because they could have easily been drawn in themselves. Makes me nervous when you have that tight a net play. I always worry about ankles. Urina's serve goes down deep to the left back and finds the corner empty. Urina serves again, this time opposite direction. Number 17 handles it. It is a back set. Stetter attempting to use it, but we find that 16 is drawn into the net, which would be Emily Starkweather. I did not wear the right glasses tonight, so I do apologize for the little pauses here and there. Number 4, Darby Stetter back to serve. Rolls down. Starkweather attempts to take it. Wellsboro's patiently waiting. That time, number 12 did not let them play the ball. That was a good call as she went over and did not let Wellsboro have their third attempt as they were attempting to set it, and she interfered with the setter. And so that is actually a legal call. It did not cross the plane of the net. Olivia Servatius serves deep, and it goes just a bit long. You could see it lift just at the last moment, causing it to go out. Coming into the game is number 8 for number 17. Shearer is back in. She's been the one who's been putting up a really big block up front and causing some problems for the Hornets. And the ball is served into the net. Bordas back in for Brownlee. I do apologize. I'll say it up front if I'm yelling. It is really loud in here, but it's fun. All right, so Bordas is back to serve. Her serve goes deep. Number 10 is ready. It's an overpass. Starkweather patiently waits for it. As it crosses the plane, she hits down the line. Mounties are going to take their second time out here with a score of 22-18. The Wellsboro student cheering section goes crazy. As I said before, it is a homecoming week. And with homecoming, I believe right now, I don't know what time it is, the bonfire is happening this evening out behind the district fields. But the big action's in here at this rivalry game here at volleyball. So if you're listening and want something to do, grab a mask and come on down and join us. It's a great time. Tomorrow night, our beloved parade is back with us. So at 5 o'clock downtown, we hope to see you supporting our students as they showcase their floats. Mounties set up the ball. Back row set to setter. Servatius digs the ball up. Bordas sets outside. A roll shot by Owlett. Set by number 3. Tip, power tip. Handled by Starkweather, but just a little too tight to the net, and so Bordas can't quite get there. She almost had it. Back into the game is Shear for Spawn. Pagano's back to serve. At float serve, Urena gets low, handles it outside, set by Bordas, who sets up Owlett, ready for it, and it finds the middle back beautifully right square in front of the line. Serve by Starkweather. Little difficulty. Stetter's going to use it. Bordas is out, so Urena takes it over. Starkweather passes to Bordas outside to Owlett, who goes right to the same spot again, and it is a point for the set, or for the first set. Here we have 24-19. Low serve. Stetter gets it to number 5. Free balled over deep. Olivia Servatius calls it. It is set, but mishandled by Bordas, handling it over here to the Mounties. Lehman back to serve this time. It goes deep. Servatius ready, passes it to the exact spot the setter likes it. Logston goes up, but there is a wall in front of her in the names of, who do we have there? We had Walker and Stetter. That's a big blocking combination there. Lehman serves again off the arms of Urena. Score is 24-22. Coach the Huskies going to take the timeout, settle this group down, and said we just need to finish. So anyhow, every time the Wellsboro kids have, and I'm assuming based on what I'm seeing from from the North Penn-Liberty crew, that they have theme nights, and so their crowds come dressed in specific attire. And it appears that the North Penn-Liberty students are dressed in a beach theme, while the Wellsboro High School has a kind of jailbreak theme or something. The orange shirts and the black security. So Lehman serve this time, handled by Starkweather. Bordas sets Logston, who goes a little higher this time on her reach. There is a hustle, and the point and set goes to Wellsboro. First set to Wellsboro. And you can tell from the players' reactions, they are up for this game. Wow. I like the volleyball I'm seeing tonight. So for those of you who have been watching the earlier set, understand the varsity game is a best of 5 with the first 4, if needed, are to 25, win by 2, and the 5th is to 15, win by 2. And we will approach each as they come. It appears that the student body is going to take a little break here. They have been here quite a while, cheering on our teams. And so we'll see what happens here this evening. Now, we'll see how each team comes back out. It's always interesting coming out of a timeout. You have these 3 minutes to turn in your lineup, make any changes you want, maybe try to get different combinations on hitting and blocking, or sometimes you stay with it as is and make a change on location of where they stand on the floor and more. But ultimately here, we'll see if Wellsboro can keep this momentum, hopefully, and what the corrections are that the North Penn-Liberty Mounties bring to the floor. I do know the other night, according to what I read, the North Penn-Liberty Mounties did go 5 with Canton and a very closely matched contest with the Mounties coming out on top in that meeting. So I do not know who their one loss is to. I will have to look that up. Now, one of the other changes that's come about in our league in the last few years, for those who may not know, is it's no longer like NTL East and NTL West. We now have NTL large schools and NTL small schools. And Galton has become an independent. They have a really good team this year, so I'll be curious to see how they fare at the district level because they've been building their program over the last couple of years, and it's been fun to watch them. Back to this game. Number 3 serves low. Emma Owlett's ready for it. Servatius gets it right back to her. It goes off the top of the tape legally. Number 8 tries to play it up, but it goes just off the hands of number 3. So Wellsboro's ball here. Bordas serve goes a little deep. You could actually see that lift. Free ball over by number 3. Outside set here to Owlett, who reaches high. Stetter passes it to number 3. There is a big wall there in Logston and Starkweather. Wellsboro handles it after that. Holy Toledo. What an incredible hit down the line by Owlett. I have not seen her hitting that hard this year, and it's beautiful to see that coming back there. She had a very sweet set by Bordas. Another deep rolling serve to Stetter. It is free balled over by the Mounties. Urena handles it, set outside to Owlett, who goes cross court this time, a little shorter, not as cross court as I thought. It was more towards the middle back, and it finds the floor. She took some serious speed off of it that time. Coach Warner down there giving her some tips and cues. Bordas again to Stetter. Stetter gets it right to 3. Quick set as the transition goes. Olivia Servatius dives and gets her hands just on it, just outside of her reach. Those are tough ones because you've seen them hitting hard and hitting deep, so your defense gets a little deeper as the night goes. So as the crowd comes back in, the referees are going to hold this up because you don't want distractions as they serve. Lehman serve, floating, goes to Urena, who gets it to Bordas. Bordas knocks it over, and it goes just wide. Mounties ball. Again to Urena, this time a much better pass. Logston's ready, but big hands are in front of her with Emerald Walker waiting that, and she can press after that third hit. So yes, she can contact it after the third hit attempt across the net, and she was ready there. Deep to Urena. Although it was called out, I think it would have landed in. And so therefore, you have number 3 coming over to set it, but number 8 was trying to set to give some options, and when they both backed out, it hits the floor. Coach has a couple of corrections for them there, and you're going to see Starkweather rotating back to serve. She gets it to number 10, who has to scurry to get there. Free ball. Ooh, a little flat-footed there in the back row. Off the high hands of Logston. Free ball coming from Wellsboro. Mounties are going to set this up, a back set. Dig by Starkweather, brought back into play. Oh, boy, I think that was on the outside of that antenna. And Servatius sets it up. You have a down-the-line spike again by Owlett, who turned at the last minute. And it is a point for Wellsboro. Starkweather goes cross court and causes Sturter to have to dive. It results in a point. Starkweather goes deep this time with Leitner ready. Tip by number 8, but the block is there by Logston and Owlett. It's nice to see Logsdon getting so excited as a freshman. Urena as well. Low serve this time. It is scurried after by the Mounties, set up by Wellsboro. Outside hit coming. It is off the block. Logsdon dives after it. Urena tries to play it up, but it finds the floor. In for the Mounties is number 17, Tumanello, for number 5, Emerald Walker. A deep serve, Servatius passes it right on the spot where the setter loves it. Out of the middle this time, Owlett hits straight down, and it is a point for Wellsboro. I don't know if I've ever seen her hit middle like that. Grace Hines coming in for Servatius. Logsdon serve, rolling to the back middle. Set up by Mansfield. We have a back row hit here. Just a push. Owlett goes to hit it, but gets a little flat this time. In for the Mounties is number 7, Megan Spahn, for number 8, Alexia Shear. Low hard serve by Megan, and it is attempted to be dug out of the net by Hines, but not quite there. I thought she almost had it. She did a nice out of the net there. Another low, another very low serve that touches the tape, and yes, that is legal, that when it catches the tape like that, it goes over. You can't do much about that. If you have a player who can actually do that, then great. All right, so a little flurry of motion here. Owlett just hits it. It's dug. It is now dug by Starkweather. Outside hit here to Owlett, who goes deep cross. It is handled, but it finds the floor for a kill for Owlett because that just is coming so hard. Brownlee in for Bordas. I'm enjoying this school. All right, and so Owlett serves down the line, and there's a miscommunication as the ball comes over between setter and back row hitter, and so as you hear the cheering, it's a little crazy in here. Owlett serve this time. Oh, spinning wide. I'm not even going to try to say it was close. Continuing to rotate around, Stetter's back to serve this time. Stetter serve goes short, and there is a miscommunication between Hines and Starkweather. Ball hits the floor. They talk it out, and they got it. Top spinning serve. You have Owlett, who called the ball. Starkweather waits for her, and so you have a back row free ball. Number 14 takes that. Bree Smith dives, trying to get that. The Wellsboro Lady Hornets attempt to play it up. It hits the floor. Stetter serve this time. With the game all tied up here, goes short. Hines gets it right to Urena, who puts it right over. It is out! Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. She played it. Sorry. I get to be a little bit of too much of a fan sometimes. Sorry about that. So, it's okay. When in doubt, you play it. If somebody doesn't talk to you. Stetter continues to serve after the Mounties take the lead. Starkweather makes up with a beautiful pass. And that is a kill by Brownlee, who was ready for that. Brownlee comes to us by way of Arkansas. I said earlier I got a chance to talk to her later on. And very, very interesting to talk with her about volleyball. She really loves the sport. It's great. All right. Wellsboro plays it up. Owlett was out, so she called and Brownlee helped her out. Liberty sets it up and goes towards Owlett again, and it's going to cause I don't know. Oh, okay. I wasn't quite sure what happened. The lines person called it out, but meant to call it out with a touch, and so it almost went back over to almost went back to Wellsboro, and then she was like, no, I meant there was a touch on it. So it is North Penn-Liberty's ball. Number 12 serves. Urena goes to play it back. Hines scrambles after it to try to bring it back, but it goes into the crowd. It was a good hustle attempt by Hines. So we have, with the score being 13-11 favoring the Mounties, you have Wellsboro taking their first time out of this set. And so Coach Husky is going to be like settling some things down and talking to the players about some stuff here. So, whew. Gives me a moment to get a drink of water here. I was laughing in the middle of that one volley because the North Penn-Liberty Mountie students started chanting, "We've got Morty," which is the football trophy. So I had a parent asking who had that the other night. I guess we now know. So Chappell's back to serve again. The noise level in here has picked up. Nice top spin serve, handled very well by Bree Smith. Middle hit by Brownlee. It goes way high, which our gym is probably the highest gym in the region. Maybe not quite as high as Williamson's, but still to hit something in the ceiling is pretty high. And it results in a point for Wellsboro. They could have played it. They were all moving in the opposite direction. So deep serve, and we see that Mounties struggle a little bit. Owlett's out, and so there's a little bit of a miscommunication as Logston and Starkweather, I think, hit head to cheek or shoulder to cheek there, but it appears everybody's okay. Number 3 serves. Urena handles it. It is a low set, and it is a lift by Owlett. Pagano's next serve has a little backspin. This time, Olivia Servatius handles it up. Free ball down the line by Brownlee. Stetter's ready outside to number 14, but it pulls number 14 into the net as Lehman tries to stay out, but the set was so tight. Although she tried to walk it, she ended up in it. Bordas back in here. Low serve off the arms of number 8, but handled by number 10. Good assist. Dive there by Servatius. Outside hit down the line for Owlett, who is loving that hit all night long. Woo! And now the boys chant, "You can't stop her." Right now they haven't. So Paige Logston goes up, waiting for the ball to cross the net. It never does. And there's no play out of the net. So another deep serve. Stetter passes it up. It is going to be free balled, but it goes off the side of the arms of number 5, Walker. And it is now Wellsboro's game, 16-15. Bordas continues to serve. A low pass. Oh no, Logston puts her arm up in her excitement and takes it out of the hands of Owlett. That's okay. That's a youth move. All tied up here. Lawton goes down the line. Urena passes it to Bordas. Bordas hits the middle. She hits a roll shot to the campfire area. Stetter tries to pancake, and it just misses her hand. Starkweather served to Stetter outside at the swing hit. Wow. When you pass the ball to the setter and then swing yourself outside to be the outside hitter, and Stetter was ready for that. It was perfectly timed play all the way around. You just got to like sweet volleyball. Back in is number 17, Tuminello. A floater down the line. Urena handles it. It is just tipped over by Owlett. This time you have the middle hit by number 12, Chappell, and it finds the corner. Serve to Olivia Servatius. Free ball way high. And they play it. It is a free ball back. Servatius passes it up. Bordas is ready. It's an off the net roll shot. Mounties set it up. It is another attempt here by the Mounties. Bordas rolls it over, staying below the height of the net. Stetter sets it up and puts it down as Starkweather hits the floor trying to dig it up. Whew. It's hard not to be a fan and just sit and watch instead of telling you what's going on. I know you can see it. The numbers are hard. 17 serves. Starkweather overpass, and number 12 pounds it down because that time she awaited it to cross the net. And Coach Zahusky is going to take the timeout, her second of the match, with the score Wellsboro 17 and the Mounties 20. Whew. Tomorrow night at halftime will be our coronation of our king and queen for homecoming. Hopefully you'll all make it out and watch those festivities as well. Saturday night is our homecoming dance as the student body gets to celebrate their homecoming season this year. It's exciting to see things, although not completely normal, getting back slightly to normal. So back here, Andrea Tuminello serves right deep. Servatius pass gets it to Owlett. Free ball to Starkweather. Mounties pass it high. It is a quick set. Urena was ready on that dig for that power tip. Outside hit to Stetter, who goes down the line over Bordas' head and finds the floor. (21-17). Deep shot to Olivia Servatius. Middle set to Owlett, who goes a rolling shot deep. Set outside to Stetter, who goes cross court. Starkweather sets it up. Bordas tips it over. Outside hit to Stetter again. Off the outstretched hands of Logston. Outside set to Wellsboro. Oh, man, sorry. I started watching because it was off the block, so that's all legal. Dug by Servatius. Middle hit. It's off the hands of number 3. Free ball over by number 3. Up by Logston. Over by Bordas. Outside set to 4. Dug by Servatius. Outside set to Owlett, who goes down and finds the floor. Woo! Another incredible volley by both teams. You have to just keep working it around, and great defense by the Wellsboro Hornets this evening. Into the game is Grace Hines as a middle hitter for Servatius. A deep rolling serve by Logston. It is a back row attempt here by number 14, Lawton. Dug by Starkweather. Bordas goes deep and, goes high and over the net. It is to the middle hitter. Dug by Starkweather. Hines goes up, it's over. And number 8, Alexia Shear is ready and says, take that. Lockett's coming in to give Urena a little bit of a break. And in for the Mounties is number 7, Megan Spohn. Now you get 18 substitutions, and remember your libero doesn't count in those, so you get several rotations. It's when these games go long that substitutions can become issue, but not normally with the libero now. All right, so Wellsboro and Wellsboro and the Mounties moving it around, and it ends with Stetter having a just short middle hit. She took a little off that. Spohn low and driving. Pass to Bordas. Hit over by Lockett. Outside hit by Stetter. Dug and helped by Lockett. Tipped back over by Mounties. Outside hit to Allett, who goes to number 17, Dig. 7 passes it up to the middle, goes cross court, and another attempted dig by Smith, and it's just off her arms. Point, set point to the Mounties. Serve to Owlett. It is tight. A joust at the net with Lockett, and Lockett wins the joust. So back into the game is Brownlee for Bordas. Owlett's low serve. It is trouble. Point to Wellsboro. Let's serve this time to Lehman. Set and spiked by number 12 off the tip. And so it is rolled over. Owlett's out as the setter. Starkweather assists. Grace Hines goes deep high. Lehman gets it to number 7. Outside to Stetter. Stetter crosses hard, and it is on the line. Point to the Mounties. So we have one set apiece here. Going into set 3, we are definitely doing 4 games, if not all 5. So this is a game. You got to be patient, and you got to understand that with this match this evening, that it wouldn't surprise me if we end up going 5. So the referee is over there talking with the lines people. They are supposed to actually come in after each set just for some correction, or even so that they're not hanging out in the line and talking with the crowd or anything like that, or getting heckled. But heckling usually doesn't happen too much. So Coach Zahusky has run a number of different lineups this year. So seeing this lineup's even a different one from what I've seen yet. Now, I haven't been able to be at the last two matches to see what she's been running. I know district play will be in just a few short weeks, like a week and a half, 2 weeks. We'll be into district playoffs, and we'll be taking a look here at what the seedings look like. Anyone can enter district play. Based on your record will determine if what number you are, and if you play more than one game or if you play several games. Our district is rather small, however, it is growing in number, thankfully, because of the addition of the Lycoming and Sullivan County teams joining the mix. We're seeing that the district is growing, and it's nice to see volleyball gaining momentum. So there's the bell. We are back to action here as, we should be back to action. It appears that they're still trying to get lineups written down. And Coach the Huskies taking advantage of the fact of just needing a break, of having the little extra time, I should say. As I was saying, when we built this building, I was never so happy as to see the ceiling when I walked into the gym, because as the volleyball coach at the time, it was a very sweet thing to see such high ceilings. Makes for great play. When you have a hard-driven ball, you don't have it ricocheting off of something typically. So, seeing into the game here, you have Natalie Cleveland, number 1 in the back middle. Up front, you have Owlett, Logsdon, Starkweather, and Lockett in the left back. Bortis serves. It goes to number 4, Stetter. Cross-court hit, and you have Lockett, whose outstretched hands, it just goes off her hands. Serving is number 3, Aubrey Pagano. Owlett goes to handle it. It twists. It is saved by Starkweather, but Cleveland can't get it back over the net because it's so deep. Pagano goes way short. Owlett goes to pop it up. Logsdon does some help. It is over the net by Cleveland. Set up, number 5 roll shots it. It is handled by Starkweather, tipped by Logsdon, outside hit by Lehman. Between the seam of the block, point to the Mounties. Twisting serve to Cleveland. Outside set. Down the, wow. I was going to say down the pike, but it wasn't quite a straight down the pike thing. You have Owlett, who just really got on top of them. All right, so serve by Starkweather. Outside hit by number 8. It's off the hands of Cleveland. Point to Mounties. 4 serving 1. Sage Lehman back to serve. Overpass by Starkweather, handled by Stetter, barely handled up. Logsdon roll shots it. Outside hit, off the arms of Logsdon. Point to Wellsboro. Big block for Logsdon. Coming into the game for Cleveland is Grace Hines. Logsdon rolls that serve to Lehman. Back set there. Grace Hines picks it up. And a roll shot by Hines finds the bottom of the tape. Tuminello's back in the game for Walker. Haven't changed much up there on their side, but we do see some different faces here on Wellsboro side. Servatius in for Logsdon. Servatius passes up. Starkweather passes. Free ball over by Lockett. Outside to Stetter. Dug by Servatius. Oh, tight set. Results in a point to the Mounties. Tuminello continues to serve here. Servatius passes it up to Bortis. It's going to be a free ball as Owlett calls. Lehman passes and set to number 12 and just out of bounds by Chappell. It was a nice twist, a good idea, just a little too far on that twist. Into the game is Brownlee for Bortis. Owlett serve, driving down to Lehman. Cross court dug by Starkweather. Attempt to pass it over by Lockett, hits the net. We see Megan Spohn coming in and Lexi Urena back in for Lockett. Spohn off the top of the tape, and it changed the direction of the ball. And so Brownlee had it hit off her arms and her chin. All right, flurry here. Referee catches it. All right. Sorry, I started watching again. Score is 9-3 Mounties. A float serve. Starkweather uses it. Set outside to Brownlee. Brownlee's a bit long on it. She has a nice approach. Time out by Zahusky. So the mood in the gym has gotten a little quieter here this match. The student body does have the ball, but the referee just called for it because they're supposed to hold on to that so that nobody gets hit with the ball. Very interesting outfits. Okay. So, Megan Spohn back to serve. Low, hard drive, serve, handled by Servatius. Starkweather free balls it over deep to 17. It is tight. The attempt as number 7, you'll notice, stayed on the floor because she's a back row player, so she recognized she had to stay on the floor. Goes up on tiptoes, but as long as she's on the floor, she is safe. Low driving serve again. Starkweather handles it well. Owlett takes it over. Mounties wanted a double hit. Dug by Starkweather. And in doing so, you had a tip by Brownlee, handled, and an attempted tip by Mounties, and it results in Urena getting to serve. Ball spinning deep, back middle, outside sets tight, tip coming. It draws the blocker into the net, and Brownlee's touched the net. Stetter back to serve. Servatius, I think, used it, but just in case it was a double hit. Oh, that was a little bit of a hitch. You're going to see that went down the line for a point. Stetter serves again this time. Top spinning. Starkweather dives after it. Hines brings it back. Starkweather brings it over. Free ball. Number 17. Stetter hits out of the back row. Attempted dig by Servatius results in a kill for Stetter. She's having a nice evening. And Coach Zahusky takes her second time out here. I think it's her second one. I'll find out here when Miss Stickland puts her hand up and says how many she's got. But score is 4-14. The third set has always kind of been a nemesis this season for Wellsboro, if my memory serves, for the games I have been at. Always seems like there's a little lull in either the energy or the gameplay. And then they all of a sudden will start to round that corner here any minute and get it back together. So we'll see if they do the same thing tonight. Emma Outlet out there. You see her like talking up her kiddos. There's only 5 players out on the floor right now for Wellsboro. It appears that Servatius has blood on her uniform or something and has to come out and get it dealt with first. So that's why she wasn't out on the floor. So they're going to replay that point because there was blood on her uniform, and she is not permitted to be on the floor when she has blood on her uniform. So she was attempting to get it off but didn't realize. So they give them 30 seconds to get it fixed, and then they have to get back to gameplay. Maybe it's 3 minutes. I thought it was 30 seconds. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Oh, I guess it was 30 seconds. They just didn't have. So it appears that they can't get the blood out of the uniform. So I think she's going to be putting on the JV uniform that's the same number. They can do that. So, yeah, that's a PIAA rule. All right, back to action. Ball is passed up. Owlett has from the back row. And so she can't jump because that would have her playing the ball above the net. Now, she could set and jump and keep it on our side, but the ball can't cross the plane of the net. So she tries to keep her hands down, and Mounties take advantage of it. Logston dives in an attempt to try to get that ball up. Oh, so they've changed her number. Servatius is now wearing 17 as a result of the blood on her uniform. That's a legal number change. So Starkweather passes perfectly to Owlett. The set comes, but she's not quite ready this time, and it hits into the net. Jump serve by Stetter hits just off the top of the net and results in a point. A deep floating Servatius passes it up. Brownlee pushes deep. Outside hit to Lehman, who wails on that. Wow. There was no arms there. No arms. Got to have something in front of that. Substitution as we see Chilson coming in for Brownlee. Jump serve. Servatius passes right on the spot to Owlett. Outside hit to Starkweather, who's a little early in her approach. Middle hit goes cross court, and the attempt to no touch, but it did catch the line. It did. Another float jump. That is a beautiful serve. I could see that moving even side to side here. Pass by Servatius. Outlet sets outside. Pushed deep by Starkweather. Outside set to Lehman, who is now on fire, and she is making Wellsboro work for it. There is a serve there to Urena. Floor spike by Grace. Out of the middle. Dug by Servatius. Outside tip to Starkweather. Back row hit by Stetter. Dug by Servatius. Outside hit to Starkweather. Takes a little off, and it is off the arms of Stetter, stopping the service run Stetter has had. Coming into the game is Cleveland on behalf of Hines, and Logsden for Servatius. And so serve by Cleveland goes to the sideline. Stetter passes it up. Big block by Logsden and Chilson. Just a little FYI, on the floor right now we have one senior and the rest are underclassmen. The high pass there by number 7, middle hit as it hits the top of the tape and finds the floor on Wellsboro's side. Substitution for the Mounties as number 5 comes back in. Walker coming back in for Timonello. Chapel serve, top spin, Chilson overpass, set low. 5, Urena digs, outside set 2, Starkweather hits cross, Stetter digs it. It is an outside hit to Lehman, dug by Cleveland. And that time, beautiful approach and swing by Starkweather. Free ball, Mounties passed up by Cleveland. Weak side hit by Chilson, but it goes long. Number 12 serves to Urena, and it's an overpass, but Lehman accidentally hits it into the top of the net as she had her timing off on that one. But it is set point for the Mounties. Bordas back into the game to serve. Not going to say it hasn't been done before. I've seen it, but it's a long haul to get there. Serve to number 10, overpass. Outlet is ready. Dug by number 5. Free balled over. Dug by Cleveland. Scramble play, I should say. A roll shot by Outlet. Overpass. Attempted tip into the net. Point to Wellsboro. A deep serve this time by Bordas. Back set to Stetter. It's a little off the net, or left off spot where she wanted to hit it. And down the line attempt, hits off the top of the net, goes to the middle. Starkweather passes that ball up, this time down the net, but it is there for the taking by number 7. However, an error by number 5, Walker, results in a point for Wellsboro. A deep cross-court serve, and we see back row hit by Stetter down the line. Hits off the arms of Bordas, which gives the second set to the Mounties. So it is 2-1. The Mounties are up this time on Wellsboro. It appears that Servatius had a little bit of a cut on her elbow. They have gotten her bandaged up there, and they're going from there. Just looking up next week's schedule for you so that you have next week's opponents coming in here. Let's see. All right, schedules for, not coaches, schedules. For Wellsboro next week, we see that they will be on the 12th. They will be playing at home against Athens, which is a league game. On the 16th, they'll be at Towanda. On the 19th, these two teams will play again at North Penn-Liberty. And then they'll be home October 20th with Coudersport. On the 25th at Central Mountain, at the 26th at Athens, and home with Troy on the 28th. So you have about three more, 3 more home games that are left this season as the ladies are going to be back and forth here coming up. And then we'll get into district play that first weekend going into November, and we will keep you in touch with what the plan is there as soon as we know. So there's 32 seconds here before we start the fourth set this evening. All right, there's the 0.4 of a second warning, and we are back to gameplay here at Wellsboro Gymnasium. Oh, and it appears we have a new libero in the game. It is Olivia Servatius. Now, she has to be number 17 because she changed her number to 17 with the blood on the uniform. Urena passes the ball up to Bordas. Outside hit by Logston, who finds the floor, so Wellsboro starts right off. Another driving serve there by Bordas. Point to Wellsboro. Overpass. Starkweather's ready, hits it. There's going to be a free ball here by the Mounties. Servatius digs it up. Tip shot by Logston. A tip. Oh, and a carry. She went up on the block, and then when she came down, she attempted, if she'd have closed her fist, she'd have been better on that. But you kind of come down and just try to keep playing it. So Lehman to Urena. Free ball over here by Bordas. Lehman takes it again. Middle set to number 5. Logston is ready, and it bounces around like a ping pong ball, but finds the floor. Logston with another big block. So Starkweather's going back to serve. A float down the line, hands on Lehman. Back set here to number 8. And she goes just over the block of Owlett. And we have that same substitution we've seen all evening, and Tumanello is back to serve. Her serve goes straight down the line. Urena's ready, nice and low. Set to the middle. Owlett downtown, man. She went right down cross court. They were waiting for that deep hit like she did before, and this time she cut it. has been enjoyable watching her play over the years, so I'm glad she's having a great game this evening. Logston serves, and it goes just long. Servatius playing liberos back in the game. Remember, they have to enter and exit from the 10-foot line to the end line so that it doesn't cause a substitution error. Spohn to Servatius. It is going to be a free ball by Wellsboro. Down the line, Lehman handles it. Spohn sets to Stetter. Stetter, cross-court dug by Starkweather. It joust at the net. Set up by Wellsboro. Free ball going to the setter's location. Middle hit to 12, never over. And so it's Wellsboro's ball. Brownlee back in for Bordis. Allett serve this time. Deep middle. Lehman trying to double check what she's going to do with her hands. Set is tight. Brownlee recognizes it. Goes up with a little bit of late block, but it works to her advantage. Wellsboro sets it up. Push to that setters. Take out the setter. Outside to the number 4 Stetter. Dug by Servatius. Cross court. Back row hit by Starkweather. Middle set to 12. It never makes the net as she tries to push it over, but she's too far off. Deep serve by Allett is gone. So rotating around, Stetter's back to serve. A little bit of a roll serve this time. Middle set, free ball by Grace Hines. Back row set to Stetter, who goes down the line. Allett's out. Urena, who we saw set in the JV game, sets it up to Grace Hines, who roll shots it and takes advantage of a short front row. And I don't mean vertically short, just that they were kind of in that middle transition area. Urena top serves here. And as Stetter tries to get to it, they realize they can't. Ball is out of bounds once it crosses the plane of the bench. Serve short this time. Lehman takes it outside to her. She's ready. The block is just a little bit off the net, and it falls in front. Walker back in as Chappell goes back to serve. Chappell serves deep. Servatius pass. We have a cross-court hit by Starkweather. Another cross-court hit dug by Urena. Set back to Brownlee. Goes down the line. Stetter pokes it up. Lehman goes up. Dug by Starkweather. Put over by Urena. Middle hit. Tip. I was going to say dug by Brownlee, but I couldn't quite tell which way it was going. So, very good volley, but the point goes to the Mounties. Top spin serve. Servatius pops it up to Allett. It is pushed by Starkweather. Middle hit at the power tip by number 5. She's been trying to do that the last 3 or 4 times, and it kept hitting the net. She finally timed that right. Power tips where you take your open hand and you swipe down, kind of like a spike, but it's in the palm of the hand. The the Liberty crew has asked for a towel because it's somebody hit the floor and it's pretty wet over there. And as much as I love our gym, if that floor gets wet, it is really, really slippery. So we don't want anybody getting hurt here. Chappell serving again. Short serve. Starkweather takes it. Grace Hines goes deep to the corner. A little further deep was the hole. She had the right idea, but it is passed into the net point to Wellsboro. Servatius back to serve. She questioned there because she's not used to being the libero, so this rotation, she's the server. Stetter gets the ball. It is a pass to, Servatius. Servatius got it to where the setter usually is, but Allett was playing some defense, called for help, and they couldn't quite get there. Pagano, her serve goes deep to Servatius. Urena goes to help. Logsdon goes to help. The ball hits into the net. Score is tied up here, 9-9. Servatius is helping direct traffic in the back row there. Float serves. Servatius passes it up. Starkweather goes over the net. Stetter is going to set the middle. Number 5, free ball by Wellsboro. Passed up by number 10. Back row hit by Stetter again. Servatius digs it. It is a back set attempt, but it has to be free balled. A tip. Brownlee sets it up. Owlett sets to Starkweather, another tip. Outside, it is tight. Owlett goes fast. It is a push down the line. Number 10 sets it up. Middle goes to hit. Swipe. It is dug by Brownlee. Outside attempt by, oh boy, Lehman, and it results in a point. Whew. That was a defensive-oriented task there. You just got to keep making them swing because maybe they'll make an error. Bordas into the game. Scores all tied up, 10-10. Serve goes middle back, Stetter. There's a little confusion with the setter. Blocked by Logsdon. She is on fire as a wall tonight. Woo! Serve, okay, sorry. Lefty there by the libero. Set up by Mounties. There's a push. Recognizing that everybody had gone deep on the defense, she takes advantage and is able to get right over the block. Whoo! Still all tied up at 11. Lehman to serve. Down the line, Urena gets it to Logsdon, who sets it to Starkweather. Number 10 sets it up. Outside hit off the block attempt. Set to Owlett, who goes down. Wow. I'd really like to know her stats tonight. She has to be hitting over 500, which is much like a baseball thing for every attempt, you know, your contacts and actually having kills. She's doing an amazing job tonight as a senior. Tip. Dug by Bordas. Urena puts it on her arms. Free ball by Starkweather. Goes deep. Lehman gets it tight to number 3. And there is a finishing product there by number 5, Walker, which causes the rotation around. Now, you may have seen, let's see, I think it was number 3 there, Pagano's hair going to the net. Hair does not count as touching the net. Hair is considered like your uniform. That doesn't count either. If you actually body touch the net, that's what counts. Off the top of the block, Urena goes for the tip. She wasn't discreet on it, but the Mounties must have missed her hand turning there. So taking advantage of it, Hines comes back into the game for the libero, and back to serve is Logsdon. Serve, rolling to the setter. Middle, dug by Urena. Owlett was so ready for that. She timed that perfect. You could see her approach, and I didn't know what she was doing, and downtown again. Woo! She makes it look easy, but that was perfectly set up. Cross court to number 8. Free ball by 17. It's going to be free ball by 12. It goes just out of bounds, I think. Oh, they said she touched it. I wasn't sure if she touched it till after, but the hustle was she touched it, and so therefore So, super competitive game here. Spohn, oh man. Back in the day when I coached with Coach Daniels over in Counter Sport, we would always say, oh, that didn't actually happen. We'll see if it happened on the next serve, and that would tell us. That's what we would always say. This is a tense game. Owlett to serve. Pass by Lehman to number 7. That hit goes up, and this time there was no question that was in. Hits inside the line. That was a nice hit. Rolling serve, a little bit lighter, some confusion. Brownlee gets it. Servatius takes it over. It is short, the setter is out, and so she has to floor push it because she's in the back row and can't jump. Owlett sets outside to Brownlee, who floor spikes it. It is between players, so it's good. Little confusion there. Number 14 free balls it. Owlett sets to Grace Hines, who roll shots it right between number 3 and number 7. It hits the floor. 16-14. Urena back to serve. Serving to number 17, and it is going to be free ball by number 3. It is passed by Urena. Starkweather gets that approach, and it's just long. Chappell serve this time. Urena passes the ball up. Owlett to Brownlee, who tips over the block. Handled by number 7. Outside hit. Dug by Urena. It is cross court deep by Starkweather. Outside hit to Lehman off the touch. Dug up by Servatius. There is a power tip. Brownlee's ready. Grace Hines puts it deep into that corner, but it's used. Off transition with Starkweather. Back row free ball. This time Servatius to the setter again. Middle hit. Out. Ooh, man. And it hits Servatius. It might not have been out. Again, there are times that I start watching as a fan. Tied up here, 16s, and the serve goes into the net. Servatius back to serve. Deep serve. Handled by number 10. Outside hit to Lehman. Off her fingertips. Passed up outside to Owlett. Free ball over by Starkweather. Middle hit. Handed up by Brownlee. Set. Push deep. Off the arms of number 10, Leitner. The North Penn-Liberty Mounties thought that Starkweather's ball went outside the antenna, and so therefore didn't see it. If it crosses over the top of the antenna, it's considered inbounds. If it's outside the antenna, but if any part of the ball crosses over the top, it's still inbounds. If it touches the antenna, it's out. So you have a pass there by number 4 outside to 14. It goes just long. Statistician Haley's a Husky. Had to go in and get that ball. It's a family affair. So I did have somebody ask me if Coach Zahusky, JV coach, and Coach Zahusky, varsity coach, were married. I said, no. Coach Zahusky, varsity coach, and Coach Zahusky, JV coach, are in-laws. Coach Zahusky, varsity coach, her husband runs the score timing thing there at the table. And we've made some jokes about that when he forgets to turn off the buzzer. So, but they have their youngest daughter helping with stats on the end of the bench. Sharon's got her daughter, and then we have Darcy Warner, who's back in the district teaching elementary school, who is also assisting as a volunteer coach. It's a pleasure to watch her finding her voice. Deep serve to number 10. It's going to be over. They're going to, nice use of that ball. Lehman does a nice approaching roll shot and catches the Lehman a little out of bounds. It's hard, or a little out of position. It's hard to judge a body position when they can take that ball that comes over their shoulder that well. Number 3, and Brownlee is going to pass that up and free ball it over. It is set by number 3, and it is off the block of Logston. So it appears that Brownlee said something about there's water on the floor over there or something. I'm not sure. It does appear that way. As she's coming off the floor, that she about fell and wanted to make sure it was wiped up. Starkweather's taking care of it to make sure that somebody doesn't get hurt. Score is 20-17, Wellsboro. Serve to Stetter. Owlett went up, ready to make sure it didn't come over the net. Owlett is blocked this time. It's taken all night, but Owlett's blocked. And I kind of have to chuckle because Walker came down and pointed at some of the Wellsboro student body. Again, some of these kids know each other. I'm hoping that's what it is. So, Lehman serves deep. Urena to Bordis. Olivia Servatius calls the ball. It is a tight set. And there's a lift on that one. Alexia Shear made a nice use of that tight pass and was able to poke it over. And as a result, I think she kind of created that play there. Urena passes to Logston. Free ball by Starkweather. Mounties take use of this ball. It is an attempted dig by Urena, but Stetter was all over that one that time, cutting around the block. The ball almost made it up to our position. Score is tied up here, 20-20. Urena passes to Bordis. Bordis sets to the middle. There is a tip. It is covered by number 3. Another tip that almost was on the edge of bad. Free ball by 22. You then have a hit this time, and that was a good hit. The reason I said that was almost a bad is Walker was so far off the net that technically that was kind of a carry from the one side of the body to the other. When you're on the net, you don't have to cover that much ground on that turn, and so you have less contact on the ball. So, but the gym is kind of quieted here as Wellsboro took that timeout. With the score being 21-20, that Mounties had just taken this lead. Both teams are being patient, but at the same time playing aggressively. And I love volleyball that's like that. You always like seeing it. Lehman serve there. Top spin. Urena passes nice and high. Bordis is a little nervous of the net there. It's hard to see from the angle we're at. When it seems to get a little too close, she's taking it over. So let's see if they make up with this set. Or, excuse me, with this pass. Get her a little off the net. There we go. That time much better. Set to the outside. Cross court to Owlett, who had taken a little off. Free ball by Mounties. Pass to Servatius. Cross court hard off the hands of the block. Set up by number 3. Outside to Stetter, who goes down the line and finds the floor. Score is 23-20 to the Mounties. Down the line this time, Urena to Starkweather. Free ball by Logsden, who it takes out the setter. You have a miss pass to the outside, and it's nice to see Walker and Shear kind of like, whoops, like no blame game there, teammates the whole way. That both teams have been playing really good team games tonight. Starkweather serve goes to Stetter. Quick pass goes off the hands of Logsden. So it brings set and match point to Mounties right now as on their serve. Coming in to serve that would be Tuminello. Servatius called that the whole way. She even told Urena, expect the ball, expect the ball. Outside hit to Stetter, who goes cross court. Allett pokes it up. Outside set. Downtown. She's not afraid to swing. Woo! I love a player like that. Wow. She's like, not going to play not to lose. I'm playing to win. And she swung on that. Sweet, sweet play. Logsden's serve goes to Lehman. It is set to 12, who pushes over. Starkweather dives after the ball. This time the set is tight, and it goes into the net. The score is 23-24, and the gym goes wild. Serve deep. 17 passes it up high. It is tight. Push. Block. It is tied up, and the gym really goes crazy. Timeout being called by the North Penn-Liberty Mounties. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about. The chant has started. Win by 2. It's 24-24, so yes, you have to win by 2 here. And so remember, every serve counts, every point counts. We'll see if the strategy of taking that timeout has helped or not. It appears that Wellsboro's only taken 1 timeout here. I don't know if North Penn-Liberty's taken 2 or not. Logsden serve, top spinning to number 17, passes high to number 3, sets Lehman, who goes down off the block. Logsden gets it up. Oh, man! So they go to pass it over, but don't go high, and number 12, Chappell, is ready for it. And so it is back to match point for the Mounties. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Let's see if they get this back here. Deep serve. Servatius passes it up. Allett calls it. Free ball by Hines. They swing around here. It is a free ball going to roll shot by number 12. Servatius gets it nice and high to Bordas. Bordas outside to Allett, who approaches. Gets it to Stetter. Stetter goes to take the call. It is pushed to the deep corner by number 7, which results in a point and the match to the Mounties. Ooh. So by a score of 26-24, the Mounties win that match. But Wellsboro ladies should be proud of the effort. That was an amazing match of volleyball tonight and very enjoyable to be able to announce. So, as I said, Wellsboro's back here again with Athens next week. Be watching the schedule online. Hope to see you all at the homecoming festivities tomorrow night. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our camera people up in the booth. Riley, well done. Shane, thank you for the time and effort you give to this program. And we will see you next time. Good night.